and welcome back to Monthly One Podcast. I'm Erin,
I'm Jess.
and I know we said we were going to have a studio, but we're back on Discord for this week because plans have fell through.
Yeah.
So we're reverting back to the old studio.
And it was Paddy's Day yesterday, right? Give us a break.
We are filming this 6 hours before it's meant to be uploaded, so that's some slack here. I am not well, so I apologise again for my voice, but we move.
We do.
So Australia,
I woke up for it. Not impressed.
I didn't. I watched the highlights at 8 a.m.
It was utter chaos, in all honesty.
Six rookies. How many rookies? 5? I don't remember how many rookies are on the board right now.
I think there's 5 or 6. 4 of them crashed.
I'd be surprised. No. Lewis Hamilton had a worse Ferrari debut than Ollie Behrman.
No,
I'm not even joking.
No, it's literally the ranking.
Lewis, that's a sign. I am sorry, but that is a sign.
I'm just saying, see that strategy. That was genuinely one of the worst things I've ever had to witness.
Welcome to the circus.
They would give each driver paragraphs for strategy, like mid-race.
You know that meme from The Hangover, and it's the guy flying the blackjack dice. That's just Ferrari's garage at this point.
It actually is. Adami, right, told Lewis that it wasn't going to rain much, and then Brian went and told Charles that they're expecting Class 3 rain, right?
Oh my God.
So they can't even communicate weather between each other.
Absolutely cooked.
It was
so. Let's just jump straight into this. So Oliver Behrman, my child, I will defend this boy to the day I die. His crash in FP1 actually nearly made me cry.
No, literally same.
I was terrified.
The poor guy, man. It's just such a. Oh.
But speaking of FP1, did Carlos forget he's not in a Ferrari anymore?
I think so.
Because what do you mean he's the fastest in FP1?
I know.
And both Williams hauled their tractors up to Q3.
Madness.
And speaking of hauling tractors, right, I want to just take a second to appreciate Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh yeah, 100%.
P5 in that thing?
It's impressive.
And then there's obviously Liam Lawson. So the idea of replacing Perez was there, but the execution completely failed. And I don't want anybody to say oh, Liam's just getting used to the car. No. He's driven in Formula 1 enough times to know how the cars function.
Yeah, are we forgetting that he has been here before?
Yeah, twice. I'm not accepting that off of anybody.
Yeah.
And obviously, we had a McLaren front row lockout, which is already a brilliant sign for this season.
Yeah, you were oh my God, Oscar is going to win his home race.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not start that.
Yeah.
We were so convinced, and Lewis's Ferrari not turning.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all were cooked this year, man.
Not a good start, is it?
We're going to be battling Alpine and Aston Martin at the back of the grid this year.
Please stop.
Honestly, Lewis Hamilton versus Jack Doohan, that's going to be a brilliant fight in China. And obviously, Sunday...
Oh, don't even get me started.
We haven't even got to Sunday yet, chat. Sunday was a wet race.
Yep, a wet race I had to witness. It was chaos, utter carnage.
Isaac Hadjar.
Out on the formation lap, he spun
Isaac
out.
Hadjar, I love you to pieces. You are the sweetest little soul
I know.
ever. And then there's Helmut Marko, who I'm pretty sure his dementia was acting up, saying it was embarrassing. Big man, shut up.
And then you had Lewis's dad.
Anthony Hamilton deserves a knighthood as well.
Oh my God, that was the sweetest thing. I was oh.
I remember I read it afterwards, and I was just I'm gonna start crying here. We sort of sobbing hysterically at this
No,
point.
literally.
Obviously, we had an aborted start. And
Yeah.
then Jack Doohan done his home country so much justice by going out on lap 1.
Yep. And then a safety car comes out and Carlos goes out under the safety car on lap 2.
I would just like to say, see while Jack Doohan is mentioned, can
Yeah.
you see why Oscar and Daniel are the favoured Aussies here?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say, sorry, I just got an absolute sniff of that polo red sample there. Oh my god. That just hit me. I woke up like half an hour ago, chat, so I'm all over the place, but like, Jesus Christ. It's a jump scare.
Yeah.
Carlos out, lap 2 under the safety car. He was being a smooth operator all weekend, and he smooth operated it right into the barrier.
But that means he did pull off a masterclass with Alex's strat though.
Yeah. That's why I always say Ferrari didn't just lose a driver, they lost an engineer, a strategist, and a driver all in one.
Exactly.
Because he done it for Charles as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not accepting any Carlos slander. Okay?
No Carlos slander is
No
coming
Carlos.
your way.
Max had a lockup?
Yeah, so he was doing really, really, really well, right? And then locked up and went wide on a corner. And it was like a wet race, which is Max's like...
Max is usually good in the wet. Like, I'm pretty sure Ayrton Senna has just like possessed him a little bit
But
and just went.
In all fairness, that car is terrible. And his team strategy, oh my god, that was so bad. Like, they kept him like, so he was like, yeah, my tyres are like gone, and they're like, stay out.
So are we gonna bet we're gonna have a GP gentle parenting Max session this season?
Like, maybe, because that was the most horrendous strat I think I've ever saw from Red Bull.
I have a feeling we're gonna get a okay, calm down, Max, again.
No wonder. If I was Max, I'd go ballistic.
Yeah, same. Like it's totally justified, but I can just hear GP right now in my head being like, okay, calm down, Max.
Okay, Max, it's not that deep. Come on.
Max
is like, it is.
It
It is.
Right.
You're pulling a Ferrari on me. Like, this is deep.
What's happened?
Then Fernando went out on lap 34.
Fernando, my Sheila. Can you just imagine being in that Aston Martin garage, thinking it's Lance that's crashed, and you just like you're screaming like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, no again!" And it's like, "Oh, it's actually Fernando this time."
Yeah.
Oh,
Fernando's out in Australia, in the wet.
do you know what makes that even funnier?
What?
Lance is the only Aston Martin that stayed out, right, and hauled that tractor up high, right? He hauled that thing to the points.
He got more points than both Ferraris.
Right after Rocket Powered Mohawk dropped a 40-minute video hating on him. I think that is as evil as Yuki Tsunoda getting P5 right after Liam Lawson joined Red Bull.
Yeah, right. And then
I think that's just evil.
And then Bortoleto had an unsafe release after a pit stop and ended up
Free
with a
my
5-second
boy, he done
penalty.
nothing wrong. Free him,
I think
he
it
done
was
nothing wrong.
I think it was an unsafe release on Lawson.
Free my boy, he done nothing wrong.
Yeah, he came out and like it was I was really concerned that it was just going to crash straight into him, to be fair. Like, it was slim.
Yeah, but you need to remember, he is a rookie. Liam Lawson technically isn't.
I know.
Liam has drove officially half a season.
It wasn't Lawson's fault though. It was fully Stakes.
Yeah, which is gut wrenching. But again, free my boy, he done nothing wrong.
So yeah, Bortoleto ended up with a 5-second penalty, and then Oscar and Lando both go off slightly. Lando manages to hold it. Oscar doesn't, and then goes off into the gravel.
I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the crowd during this, and Oscar. So I see the TikTok of Oscar getting back into the race and see the determination this boy had to get back in there and finish this race. The crowd were cheering him on from the grandstand, and it was so adorable to see.
I know. And to be fair, he dropped P2 to P15, but he climbed back up that stuff. He did incredibly well.
He done really well for his home race. He wasn't letting any of them down, unlike some Australians on the grid.
And then Bortoleto goes 5-second penalty. What is that? And spins out.
I rate that. That's a petty level that I aspire to have. You know.
He's like, you're not giving me a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, you're not gonna give me a 5-second penalty. Wait, and then Lawson.
Yeah, and then
Liam.
and then Lawson's out.
When people started comparing you to Jensen Button, we didn't mean you hit the wall in Australia.
Yeah. Well.
Please, man. Please.
So as you can tell, guys, this was utter carnage. It was like Brazil, but worse, somehow worse.
Yeah.
And then Kimi got a 5-second penalty that
Which
after
got
the
overturned.
race. Yeah, after the race got overturned, thankfully.
Which is insane because I remember, right, I went on a Rocket Power Mohawk absolute deep dive last night, right? And I hate to mention this man again because I've got such a love-hate relationship with him, right? However, he made a very valid point a wee while ago. I think it was like 2023 he made this point, saying that the FIA changing positions after races when it comes to penalties should not be done.
Yeah, I agree.
On accounts of PR. Because if you look at, I hate to call them this, the Lewis Hamilton cult, the moment someone's race gets overturned, sorry guys, there's a dog going mental outside. Okay then, anyway, they will always turn it back to Abu Dhabi 2021, saying, oh, so you can change race results after the race. Where was this in Abu Dhabi 2021? It has been it's been nearly 4 years, guys.
Yeah, like, come on, get a grip.
Move on.
Yeah.
Don't cry about it just because, honestly, they had the better strategy. Cry about it. Just be glad we, like Red Bull, were able to switch that up under the safety car. They were able to switch their strategy. Mercedes were not. Cry, you know?
Literally. But yeah, that's pretty much a race summed up for itself.
But can I just take a second to appreciate the Williams boys and Alex Albon
For real.
hauling that tractor up. So I've been a Williams girlie for in the back of my mind for a little while now, right?
Mhm.
I've always been McLaren, I've always been Williams, right? So you can understand my absolute happiness when Carlos signed for Williams.
Yes.
Also internal anxiety because tractors, right? But if Carlos could haul the 2020 McLaren up to a P3, he can haul a Williams up to a podium. Right?
Literally.
So all I'm saying is we're going to be fine. CS55 Nation, we're going to be fine. Same with Alex Albon, because if Carlos is there doing those strategies again, if he DNFs.
Yeah.
I seen a TikTok about Alex and Carlos yesterday, actually. And it was Alex, and it was the Red Bull has a problem, it's Alex Albon.
That makes me sob.
And what a day for Ferrari, they won with the wrong car.
Yep.
Right? But it was an edit of them, and it was captioned "the forgotten teammates."
Oh my god.
I hate y'all. I genuinely have such a love-hate relationship with the F1 girlies because some of y'all are allergic to happiness.
For real, right?
Like, please. Also, if everyone's planning to get their driver cards sent out, do it. Don't be procrastinating like we are.
Yeah, I'm procrastinating buying stamps. That's
You live across the street from a post office.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I have the money for the stamps.
That's actually kind of justified. Stamps are so expensive now.
They actually are. Oh yeah. Also, another point to bring up. That Charles radio message, by the way. Oh my god. Right? Wait, I've got it printed out. Give me a minute.
I have it printed out.
Okay. Yeah. There's a leakage in my seat. Something about it, because Charles thought it was his water bottle thing, right?
Yeah.
Right? Brian, our lovely, lovely Brian. Must be the water.
Have that to the words of wisdom.
Yeah. Like, must be the water, you know what? Yeah.
See,
sure.
I hate Ferrari. I hate them as a team. I always have. I always will, right? No offense to the Tifosi. Please don't shoot me on sight. But
Don't worry, I'll shoot it on sight for us. It's fine.
Jesus Christ, okay. But like, I will give them this. Some of their radios are really, really funny.
Yeah, because we're bad.
Yeah, you are that bad. You are funny to watch. Like, I've said this last episode and I'll say it again. The last time Ferrari won a drivers' championship was the year I was born.
You don't need to keep reminding us. Honestly, I
I'm
think
forever going to remind her
we're
because it's
all
so
well aware.
funny. And it's ironic because I do have Ferrari on my little Tism wall, but I have it for Carlos because it's Silverstone, Australia, and then Carlos's Ferrari card. That's it.
It hurts my like soul, by the way. Like this, it actually like kills me inside. I'm gonna go insane. Mental sanity down the window. Like this is.
Well, and now you've got Lewis, and Jess has never liked. Jess has got a love-hate relationship with Lewis now.
It's
We were
very
talking about it
love-hate.
yesterday.
Yeah, it's very love-hate. Like, I'm a Max Galley, right? Through and through. Let's be real here. But it's
One
just...
of our lecturers is a Lewis fan. We found this out because we were talking about Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, we basically, me and Erin's whole personality traits are F1, right? So
In my defence, I am very neurodivergent and it is my special interest. So I have a reason to make it my entire personality.
So am I, right? So just imagine two of us, we're sat in photography class, talking about Abu Dhabi as one does.
Yeah.
And he pulls out the whole, oh yeah, Lewis got robbed. Excuse me?
We had never been so quiet. Like, we just kind of looked at him and just went, hold on a second, mate.
No, because he tells us stories of how his son has all the Lego sets already.
And we're sitting there. I'm sitting there with my unopened volumes that I'm gonna make after I'm done editing and uploading this.
Wait, he got the Nigel Mansell one recently, right?
Yeah, he got the Nigel Mansell one. Also, Rita from the pit lane has that, and it's actual. I want to get the Ayrton Senna one so badly.
So do I, but I want to get the actual like new cars first. I need the Ferrari, the Red Bull. The Aston Martin. I'm holding off on the Aston Martin till the safety car to get the safety car one.
Yeah.
I'm getting the Haas and I don't know. Depending on how close to my birthday that I've still not bought the Ferrari and Red Bull, I might just replace it until my granny get me the Ferrari and Red Bull instead.
I rate that every time I pass the Lego shop because they've got the two big Lego Technic Red Bull and Ferraris like on display. And like the Lego shop near us, I actually just have to go in and just stare at them. The guys think I'm insane in there.
No, same. Don't worry. Like I
will just go in and just stare at Lego Technics.
I once went in 3 times in one day, like within an hour, 3 times the same hour. So.
I rate that though. That's like going in
and it was like
constantly double checking your purchases. Like, should I do it? Should I not?
Just after they'd opened as well, so it was like the first hour of them opening. I've been in 3 times.
That's wild. I remember we were going up to Knock Hill for a rally day, and while I was waiting on Jess, I went in. It was like empty. They had just opened, and I went in and stood there for like.
Oh my god! Yeah, you're a
20 minutes while I waited on Jess.
I need to email them people. Oh.
Yeah, Mick Schumacher hopeful for an F1 return of 2026.
Oh yeah. Oh, we spoke about that last time, didn't we?
I will cry. I will act like I need Mick back.
I need Mick back so bad.
And I hope they put him in a good car.
Yeah.
I hope Black come in clutch here.
Like, I beg.
Can I take another wee time to talk about Drive to Survive real quick, right? Because they asked Oscar, are you willing to play number 2 at Lando, right? Does Drive to Survive know who this man is managed by?
Yeah, like there's no chance that he's played number 2.
He is managed by Mark Webber. Mark Webber will genuinely rather dive into the Great Barrier Reef with an entire butcher's worth of like meat attached to him than go anywhere near playing second fiddle at all.
Yeah, literally.
Right? Mark Webber's still got that PTSD, man. But I love how Race of Champions, right? That obviously happened a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
They had like the banners of Seb and everybody's going like, this is the man that traumatized Mark Webber, by the way. In the comments, it's so funny. This is the man that gave Mark Webber PTSD so much he left the sport. Like, you'll traumatize this man, and he's just sitting there like, hi, I didn't do nothing. thank you for listening to the Monotone podcast. I've been Erin.
I've been Jess.
And we will see you next week for China.
Yeah.
And then a week's break and then Suzuka. So, woohoo!
Goodbye.